Twitch chat has chosen here. We're going to be replaying Bad Moon here from Foreman Red. This actually has no changes to it. I wanted to give it another shot, just plain and simple. Unlike our Blue-Black Titan list, where we did revamp it a little bit and bringing it closer to 2020, back from 2010. This time, we're just going to do a replay. Now, Harry has asked, would a Dark Confidant work in this list? I think so, but before we say add Dark Confidant, let's talk about the utility that is present in this list. So, we have Carrion Feeder and we have Visir Seer. These are our sack outlets. These allow us to trigger Tragic Slip, cool card, but it also allows us to do some interesting things here. One thing that we can work with is Undead Augur. Undead Augur is reading that if zombies die that I control, we draw a card and we lose life. So our life total is going to matter just a little bit. We have things like Butcher Ghoul that can be replayed, or has the Undying so it comes back. And so you have this ability that when you lose things, you get to draw cards. Best interaction that we saw, Carrion Feeder, Undead Augur, and a Gravecrawler in the yard. Get to refill your hand pretty much every other turn. So, would you want a Dark Confidant, or do you just want that little engine? Probably that little engine. The other thing going on here is the Zulaport Cutthroats and the Blood Artists. So these are going to gain you that life and lose you that life. So this kind of negates Undead Augur's downside, if you will. But it is also helping us to drain our opponents. And so you can definitely get things going where you're getting to draw a lot of cards, you're draining your opponent for a lot, you get a lot of zombies in, all that good stuff. We got Agadim's Awakening, which is the reanimation spell as a one-of for one of our lands. That can benefit us as well. And generally speaking, the deck is just going to try to smash in and maybe Anthemar things with Bad Moon or Cordial Vampire. This is not quite an Anthem, it just helps grow things. Anyway, Sam says about adding a Phyrexian Obliterator. That would be nice, except our list has Lurrus. So our Lurrus has to keep our list fairly small. That's why you're seeing Ratchet Bombs, Tormod's Crypts, small things. Small things. Yep, Cutthroat's the only thing that's alive. But if you wanted to take this into more a Black Devotion, Phyrexian Obliterator would obviously be a pretty decent thing. But we're hedging our bet that Lurrus is going to be able to bring some of our creatures back, specifically more of the Zulaport Cutthroats and the Blood Artists. If we get to do that, we get a lot of damage. There is, to me, a potential reason to splash into green for Strangleroot Geist, and then Collected Company could be an interesting little thing as well. But we're not doing that tonight. We're going to just play some zombies. Bad Moon, specifically. Yeah, the deck is actually fairly intensive here. If you wanted to get rid of Lurrus, you could go Geralf's Messenger into Phyrexian Obliterators and then play Nykthos as a way to do something, and then like a Tormenting Hellfire at the top end, and that'd be kind of like a cool way to approach making this a bigger mana deck. But yeah, the deck is strictly trying to play double swamp, double pipped things all the time, and so that's important to hit there. It's important to hit your swamps. But yeah, Harry, you're correct. This deck list will be the Bad Moon one, but if you're interested in that Hollow One Breach one, you can always hit that. That one's at the bottom. That one lost the vote. Maybe we'll play that in our future. Spider was playing it. It was pretty cool. Check out Spider's VOD. Maybe Spider has it up on YouTube soon. Go check it out. Being that this is a little more combo aggro, we do expect this league to be quick, hopefully. That won't change it. It'll probably be the only second league of the night. Bad Moon is only 42 tickets. There you go. From Foreman. Foreman probably has a more recent list as well. I think Foreman's made a few changes. I could see maybe a Cling to Dust or two in the sideboard or even in the main. But we're going with the original list. Want to jam it again, get some practice with it. Sometimes it's good to play a list 2-3 times before you start making too many changes. That way you get to hone in on the core of the list. We're against an angry fish that looks more like a lotus cobra. By the way, selecting Luris here makes people think that you're red-black, and we're not. And we're not. We're gonna pull Luris up here on the side as well. I'm gonna try to remember to do this. I do tend to forget that Luris is there. Okay, well, a bit of an interesting hand here. My opponent's kept 7. Really doesn't do a whole lot. We only really need like 2 lands. I don't think I like this. I think I need something more aggressive. Let's mulligan. Here we go. All right, this is a lot better. We'll keep this. I can get rid of one of these bad moons. It'd be nice to play both, but I like a set of creatures here. This is 10 times better. The Pyre of Heroes card that was spoiled. I think I will let Foreman answer that. We'll let Foreman answer that. By the way, Foreman, I draw lands like crazy in this list, and I don't know why. Kind of aggravates me. All right, extra noble here off the breeding pool. Looks like my opponent has forgotten what their lands are. There's only 20, yeah. And I draw them all the time. I draw them all the time. I don't really know what I'm supposed to lead with here. Suppose I don't mind Undead Augur. This exposes one of our better creatures immediately here. I'm not too worried about it though. There's no real need to climb the ladder though. That's the interesting thing. Oh, it's Infect. So about our life gain here. Yeah. So, I'm gonna play Butcher down, and I'm gonna attack with 2. This isn't looking too good for us. How much removal do I have in the sideboard? A couple feeds, forces. Force is actually pretty cute too. And ratchet bombs. All right, we should be good game 2, game 3. Game 1 here is gonna be, well, it might be over. You can go all the way, opponent. Just go all the way. Double exalted. Triple pump this. Just do it. I'm F6. That's your hint. There you go. Up to 9. Do it again. Mutagenic. 11 infect. All right. So we need to bring in all of our removal. Bring it all in. Everything. Ratchet Bomb seems okay here. Feed the Swarm, definitely for sure thing. And actually, I like the Force of Despair. All of this. All of this. This matchup does not feel like a Bad Moon matchup. I believe I'm just going to win by either killing their stuff or getting probably enough triggers. So we do 3, so I have 4 more cards to cut here. I like Gatekeepers. The Vampire feels iffy. So we can probably cut that, and then I just need to cut a 1 of something else. At this point, it's probably just like a random Butcher or something. So we'll do that. I don't think there's much reason for Blackmail or Inquisition. We could bring it in, but I do need obviously some creatures to finish the game. If I did anything, I maybe cut 2 Blood Artists, but we're going pretty heavy on removal. I think I'm happy with just all this removal, not worry about this, but I am on the play, so it could be worth to bring this in and just know that I'm gonna kill him with like big Carrion Feeder, probably. I mean, I feel like Village Rites, Blood Artist, and like a Zulaport Cutthroat, and let's just bring some of these in. All right. I want a little bit of it. This card's greater than Ratchet Bomb? Nah. Ratchet Bomb can be a way to just get rid of something that's not targeted removal. All right, we'll keep this hand. It's great. Hand's great. We got a Force of Despair. Force of Despair is a really cute card here because we can get rid of some pretty nasty things my opponent could do. All right. The bomb's mainly for tokens. I use it for 1-drops as well. If your opponent's like a Luris deck, I always brought it in for the most part. All right, so breeding pool here. Shaper's Sanctuary, that's cute. That's cute. Black deck targeted removal, that's silly. All right, Undead Aggro number 1 here. Let's go ahead and attack for 1 and pass turn. Looks like I can set myself up with Force and Academ's Awakening if I want to. Good luck. Good luck. Pendelhaven. Who needs targeted removal? Not this guy. Not this guy. Combat. I doubt they waste things on this. All right, they've got their creature ultra protected. What will that mean? We'll find out. Blighted Agent. Do you feel despair, opponent? Get despaired. Get despaired. The pause. The what just happened to me? The why are you playing that card? Now, my opponent could have another Blighted Agent. Obviously, Force of Despair is only good for like one thing entering, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is not another Blighted Agent. That would be just ridiculous. Kappa. Kappa. Okay, Blood Artist. One, two, three. We'll play Luris here, and we're going to play Blood Artist down. This turn, we can attack with the 2 Undead Augurs. This turn, we don't win, but next turn we do. So we need to dodge them having the kill here. Yep, we can We can sack and draw things here as well. This is interesting. Opting for this. Okay. Do some fun triggers here. All right, we're gonna draw a few things here. Draw a castle, draw a carrion feeder. We do scry, we'll put this on top. Okay. Pass the turn. My opponent could kill me out of nowhere. We'll just hope that's not what they're doing. They could. Like I said, I could get through the 1 Blighted Agent. Couldn't quite get through the second one. Pendelhavens. Might. Makes it a 6/7. That's not looking good for us. Going to combat here. Okay. Wonder if I can win here. Attempt to kill this. They'll convert it over to here, more than likely. That taps them out of the breeding pool. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. So that's 6 total. This and this. And then we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So we'll feed the Swarm the Spellskite. This does draw them a card. Oh, I should have put it over here on the Blighted Agent. Oops. I literally just talked about that too. I literally just talked about that. What are you doing, Fluffy? What are you doing? Fluffy doesn't know what he's doing. Fluffy literally talks out an entire line and then goes, cool, feed the Swarm that. He finds it. All right. Interesting. All right. Undead Augur here. Combat time. Attack with the team. Blocks over there. We gain a little bit. 3 in. We have 8. We have 8. So sacrifice. Thinking for a moment here. Let's go ahead and sacrifice 1 Undead Augur here. Putting these on the bottom this time. Scrying first. Looking for like another Blood Artist. Oh, I put those in the wrong order again. The Gatekeeper. I need another 1-drop, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this on the bottom. Carrion Feeder. Sack. There we go. Why isn't this ordering correctly? Put that on top. And then we can Blood Chiefs here. Shaper Sanctuary. If they want to save this, then they go to 1, it looks like. Did they not change the target? Oh, they can't change the target at Blood Chiefs. Destroy target creature planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less if the spell is kicked. And they already made this hexproof because of the vines. Alright. I got lucky. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. Yeah, the vines. Can you stack the scry? I don't know. Scry, sacrifice scry 1. Maybe it's at the bottom. Man, I gotta read this. This is why we play the list. Remember how to make it work. I'm gonna cut 1 Force of Despair here. For a additional Zulaport. Yeah, it's at the bottom. That's right, Beanball. I'm sitting here like, gosh, I should be able to do this. All right, opening hand looks decent aside from it's a tap land first, but we'll keep it. We got the Tragic Slip, Carrions, Viziers, all the good stuff. It's everything we want. Play Seer first. All right, so we have a Seer here. I've got a Tragic Slip. I can play Carrion Feeder. This is not a Swamp, so I don't get to play my 2-drops just yet. Thinking it'll be okay, though. Opponent's got an Ink Moth here and a Blighted Agent. Castle in. We'll attempt to Tragic Slip here. The off chance that they do something to protect that, I could sacrifice Seer to kill it. In for 1 and pass turn. So we have an Ink Moth I've got to deal with. Ink Moth is a little bit harder to kill for us because we don't have as much instant speed removal for it. This reminds you of Mono Black Zombies from 2012. Scales up here on a 6/4. This isn't looking good. 6 Infect. Non-land. Non-land. Carrion, attack for 1, pass turn. This isn't looking good with 2 Ink Moths here. Boots up an Ink Moth with the other Ink Moth, has green. We get older, the dead stay the same age. Oh. Alright, opponent's got another scale up. Infect gets us here. This is the hardest card for us to get rid of, unfortunately. Yeah, we weren't gonna get there. Alright, a little 0-1 to start with a Bad Moon list. Infect's probably a difficult matchup though, just because I have 2 Tragic Slips and that's my only instant speed removal. If I don't kill the Blighted Agent and I try to save for the Ink Moth, they just come after me with the Blighted Agent, right? They just scale up. I don't know, maybe we could have baited out and gotten 1 or 2 more turns, but what we were drawing wasn't going to get us there. All good. All good. Onward we go. Onward. We did get to see some of the interactions of what we get to do. Sacrificing things. Kind of had a few goofs ups there. Good warm-up. Good warm-up. Woo. Needs more Fume Spitter. Depending on what we see in the meta, obviously, that would probably adjust what kind of removal you're playing. Honestly, to me, I know that the whole list is called Bad Moon Foreman, but I've kind of just wanted to cut Bad Moon almost every time. All right, we get to play first here. See our opening hand. Maybe that's just me never getting to win, I guess, more with the Bad Moon. But I've found very rarely I care to have that. But maybe I just haven't run into the situation where Bad Moon's really good yet. All right, no lander here. Can't keep a no lander. Okay, 2 lands looks good here. Like, perfect example. I don't want the Bad Moon here. Bad Moon is the last card I want to see. So, goodbye, Bad Moon. A lot of 2-drops. Opponent's a Lurrus deck, we're a Lurrus deck. Opponent mulligans to 6 with us. No one got their lands, probably. Alright, Swamp go. Blue Lurrus deck. Hedron Crab. Alright, so we're against Mill. This actually doesn't bother me that much. Let's go ahead and kill Hedron Crab here and pass. I don't need my deck milled too much. Visions of Beyond. Oh. Field of Ruin. Alright. Let's play a Butcher down because it's a little bit harder for them to kill this. I have the Village Rights if they try to Fatal Push this for some weird reason. Ruin Crab. Do we have a land to follow Ruin Crab? We have another Field of the Ruin. Tragic Slip, Snow-Covered Swamps. Nothing too frightening going to our yard just yet. Play another Butcher here and attack in. What would you replace the Badman with? Any thoughts? Vial. I would go 3 Vials, honestly, and you can be more explosive. That's at least what I'm thinking. How you doing, Viridian? It's good to see you. Kind of quiet, just hanging out, lurking. Doing the larky turkey. Do many people say that you look like Andy from The Office? I have gotten that a few times. I have. Not sure if it's a good or bad thing, but yes, I have. All right, onward we go here. Not a whole lot going on for us. Surgical's Undead Augur. I don't have it in hand. It's a good one, though. I think Andy looks like Fluffy from Twitch. The reason why Vial and Thoughtseize were not included in the original list is it becomes a $200 deck meme. That's fair. All right. I think this is worth putting both of these at risk here for Fatal Push and attacking for 1 point. Being that my opponent is a surgical deck, just kind of good to have things down, especially since they know what's in our hand. Alarcus Turcus. I see. All right, opponent. Mill continue. What do we think we're bringing in for Mill when we get around to that? Just all the cards, then just never draw a land. Maybe just some blackmails and inquisitions at most. All right, 3 mana, what do we got here? The funny thing is, if they put a Mesmeric Orb down, we're kind of okay. Plays New Crab and does nothing. Always feels good when they do that. All right, let's slap a Luris into hand and attack with the team. Philosopher 5, think of the follow. Village a Butcher, we can do that next turn. The Vampire grows. That's true. We can get to that. I should have attacked with the Blood Artist. So happy to see you live. Thank you. It's great to have you here. You've been watching a ton of our YouTube videos, so thank you. What are some of your favorites? All right, we're just gonna hold off. Mono white taxes? Oh boy. But I don't play that much. You like the taxes? My opponent decides to block Cordial here this time around. All right, we're gonna do this time here. I'm more trying to get them to use the Drown the Lock that they probably have. Couple triggers here, some Undying, Blood Artist, all that good stuff. Looks like my opponent's gonna tap out of Drown the Lock, which is fine by me. Fatal pushes Cordial, all right. This is fine so far. A lot of things happening. Don't mind what's happening here. Some Butchers come back, Blood Artists doing their things, Village Rites drawing us some stuff. So now I could play Luris and put a Cordial back into play, or I can Tragic Slip. I think I like putting Cordial back into play before the person can like steal stuff. Cool. All right, we got a nice wide board here. We got the Tragic Slip and the Blood Artist looking pretty solid here. We're going to get to play 2 things in Tragic Slip as well. If I get anything that sacrifices, we pretty much win the game. Visions played from our opponent. Definitely more aggro combo here, for sure. It's enough. All right. It's enough. So, do I just like Inquisition Blackmail? Or do I just go like unchanged back in? Like Tragic Slip is kind of a little bit quirky. Maybe it's just worth it to bring in the Inquisitions. Like you can bring these in instead of Tragic Slips. I know that reduces how many things we have to kill crabs, but I don't think I'm worried about crab killing me. I have Gatekeeper. As much as that would be fun to do, we have 19 plus 1 spell land. So 20 lands. Bumping us up to 65 cards or even 70 is kind of dangerous. Kind of dangerous. I don't mind going to like maybe 62 here with a pair of blackmails. Possibly. But I think I can just stick with the Inquisitions and be pretty happy. So let's just do that. Opponent's maybe on the Archive Trap version of Mill, which means it's essentially dead. So I'm good with that. We have 3 non-basics that they can field. The rest is basic swamps. Yeah, this is like perfect hand. Perfect hand. I love it. Dark Slick Shores, what do you got for us? Crab? Put the stack back up here. Crab. Crab in play. Looks like I'm going to... Wow, I got everything. We'll just Inquisition. See what my opponent's up to. We have an Orb, and a Maddening. Time to win with Blood Moon? Let's see here. I think I'll just get rid of one of these orbs. We have a tendency to want to attack my opponent, and we gotta tap things. Having 2 orbs out feels really bad. Keep track of our graveyard here as well as they mill us. We have theirs here. Field was played. I presume they're gonna play an orb. Gravecrawler's not bad to see here, especially with Carrion Feeder. Can kind of get some stuff out of our graveyard nicely. There's the orb. Cool. All right, Undead Augur's looking cool, but let's get some things on the battlefield first. Gravecrawler out of the yard and Carrion Feeder. Pass the turn. What's cool is I can attack with Gravecrawler and then eat it so it don't mill more things. Ooh, Crypt Incursion was just milled. Woohoo! I have a turn 4 kill. Do I really? Play Cordial and Visir next? All right. We'll go with what you say. Couple mills here. 2 lands. Good to see those disappear. So you say and play Cordial and play Seer. I'm assuming I'm attacking again. What's the kill? I have a Blood Artist now. Is that the kill? Or am I just gonna replay Gravecrawler a whole bunch here and grow things? They've got a crab in my way. I don't see how the kill is. Sack Crawler. Right. Extra crab here. Another blocker. Does that change things? There's a new Gravecrawler. So we're just gonna grow these 2 things and just hope they don't have like Fatal Push. All right. We'll mill a few extra cards for them. All right, 21 cards here. You're saying we kill fast. I feel like it's Blood Artist here. Like, Blood Artist, play a new Gravecrawler, possibly. And just sit back for one turn here. And then, like, I think the next turn we can kill them. Because now Blood Artist is another thing that they've got to be blocking. Prismatic Vista's pretty good for them. Another 6. I mean, this has to decide it. Because I'm down to 9 cards. Down to 6, 5. They're just going to hard cast an Archive Trap. All right. All right. Well then. I don't know. I don't think I had a kill there. And submit it back. Being on the play will be better. Maybe I played that wrong, but I don't see it. A couple crabs doing wonders there. Okay. We'll need another land for the gatekeepers, but that'll keep crabs in check. We'll hit that extra land here. Watch. Easy mode. Prismatic Vista. Are we gonna see anything? Island. Crab. 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 Alright. Let's start with a Coriol Vampire. Pass the turn. See what else my opponent's got. Maybe fetch. Maybe not. Extra crab here. Here we go. Rune Crab, Hedron Crab. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mill. Seer Blood Artist Snow Covered. Carrion Snow. Fetching with Polluted Delta. Kind of want some of these lands. Basic Swamp's been picked up here. We hit Castle Snow, Black, Bad Moon, Cordial, and Village Rites. We're floating black to kill Cordial Vampire. Okay. Top of the library is a land. All right, I'll take it. Cast with Kicker. Get out of here, crabs. Get out of here. One crab down. One crab to the bin. Get binned. There's an orb again. Okay, gonna mill 3. Got a castle this time. We're gonna go ahead and cast this again to make them sacrifice their last crab here. And we'll attack. We're gonna have to watch how many cards we have here, but I think next will be an easy Bad Moon and Cordial with Blood Artist afterwards. Field of Ruin can be used on Castle Lochthwain to make me search. Maybe a reason not to play this. At least not immediately. New Mesmeric Orb. That makes things interesting. Mill a ton. All right. This is a mill of 8. I need to get enough creatures out on the battlefield so when I Bad Moon, I can kill in one swing. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That would be 14. I would need one more creature. The other thing I can do is attack with these. So we're gonna do Butcher, Gravecrawler, and I guess I'm okay to mill, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 would put me to 14 cards. Maybe I just do one, but I think I have to do two in case they have a fatal push. And we'll just hope that all they have is Archive Trap. That's really risky. Visions here. I had 22 cards, so they drew a lot. So they have lots of options now. That's not good. Well, we've got them if we get to play Bad Moon and just swing. Was the extra attack too much? We'll see. We'll see how much they can mill for. Plays a new Field of Ruin. Makes me search. I'm not going to pick up a card here because I just need to play Bad Moon. It's also one less thing for me milling. So, cool. I'll keep that card in the library. Thank you very much. Maddenings me. I go to 18. They have to be double Archive Trap to beat me. There's one. Oh, no, one does it. Never mind. Well, attacking for the one didn't matter because of the Mesmeric Orbs. All right, so my opponent's got it. I guess if we don't play that castle, maybe we get there. But then I would have only had one Gravecrawler. I think you could dissect that one to being like, hey, I don't really have to play that extra castle there, and that way it doesn't turn on the Field of Ruin. Then you maybe get there. Two Mesmeric Orbs were definitely difficult for us to beat. 1-2, 1-2 start. It was a close game. It was a close one. Hey man, we're the budget list. Trying to make it happen here. Let's see if we can turn the corner here with our Bad Moon list. Opponent decides to play first. We'll declare Luris. One land. Luris versus Luris deck again. One lander. All right, let's keep a risky one. I did this the first time around, and keeping the risky ones paid off. By the way, it's Gary. This is your chance, Gary. This is your destiny. I believe in you. Gary can't beat us. Gary can't beat us. This is Gary's opportunity to close the game. When there's always hope. I believe in you, Gary. Stop mulliganing. You're good. Don't look for the basic. You don't need it. You don't need it. Verdant Catacombs from our opponent. All right, Gary. We kept the risky hand for you. Gravecrawler, go. Gravecrawler, go. Go, go, go. Verdant Catacombs cracked here. Going and searching for a Overgrown Tomb. Shocks it in. It's good to see shocking in with Death Shadow type of effects. Wooded Foothills. Cracks this one as well. Like I said, I need a land. I need a land real bad. Blood Crypt takes them down to 14 here. And a Renin 6. Renin 6 can pick off the Gravecrawler. Or will they pick up a land? Goodbye, Gravecrawler. I could kill the Renin 6. Killing the Renin 6 is an option here. Might be what I do if I miss a land drop here. Well, playing this would be silly. So I guess we Blood Chief's Thirst, the Renin 6, and carry on our way here with our one lander. All right, Gary. Windows open. Go for it. Kill us. kept a sketchy one. Not paying off so far. A Tarmogoyf. Land? Uh-oh. Carrion feeder, go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's just a Tarmogoyf, though. Just a Tarmogoyf. We can beat a Tarmogoyf. It's a 4-5. Don't... Okay. Whew. I thought they were gonna kill poor Carrion feeder here. Thought he was done. Ooh, thoughtseize. Okay. They might take this village rights from me and go, good luck finding that next land. It's also an instant which grows Tarmogoyf. Would make sense to take this. They could also take the Bad Moon enchantment, which would grow Tarmogoyf and make sure my creatures stay small. But I think they take village rights here. Takes Undead Augur. Interesting. I feel like it's worth trying to make that grow. The Tarmogoyf. Down to 14. All right. I do hit a land here, which makes things interesting for us. It's a 4-5. Do I need to play like so I can block this? I might have to play so I can block. 4-5 draw. I kind of want to play Gravecrawler and just village rights it though. I know that means they can get in at me. Let's go for that. And we go, pass turn. It's not blocking anyway. I'll worry about using village rights on my turn. Maybe they'll forget that Gravecrawler can't block. Maybe. They're like, I hope you don't find lands. Leave our lands alone. Soul Guide Lantern. That's exceptionally good against us. That's pretty good. At the same time, depending on where we're at, could shrink Goyf a little bit as well. So we're getting hit for 6 right now, going to 8. Takes Blood Chief's Thirst. Nothing changes. Attacks with the team. Plays a Death Shadow. The village rights the Gravecrawler here. Made a new Gravecrawler. This gives them an opportunity to do something with Soul Guide if they wanted to. Alright, we've hit our lands. So we're good there. So do we Gatekeeper here, make them sacrifice a creature and then use it as a chump blocker? They just lose like Swift Spear. I don't attack and then I can try to get the Death Shadow. It's that or play 2 creatures. I think we just have to do the kicker with the Gatekeeper. Leave it into the opponent's hands, and we're not going to attack this turn. Look for them to make a mistake here. So there goes the Swiss Spear. Definitely on blocking duty now. Not sure if I block... I guess I have to block Tarmogoyf if I'm losing either way, and I would need to preserve my life total so I can get a Zulaport down. Opponent finds a Verdant Catacombs, which means they can fetch and shock. Okay. I'll just sacrifice this in response. They can do whatever here. If they have Team or Battle Rage, they kill us. Fetch Shock puts me to 3 here with the Death Shadow. Fetch Shock puts them to 7, which makes things a bit interesting here because I could Zulaport, Gravecaller, Gravecaller. That's 6, looks like. I don't think it's enough. Plays a Croxa here. So I just get rid of like Cordial Vampire. I don't know if I have enough here. They're empty-handed. One, two. So if I play both of these out, play both, sacrifice Blood Artist. 2, 6, 5. And this is attacking for 3, 4. It's 1 off. Hanzo, what's up? How you doing? If I play one, let's see here. If I play a Gravecrawler out of the yard and a Zulaport Cutthroat, the thing is my opponent has no cards. So if I have Blood Artist, Zulaport Cutthroat, let's think here. Can I kill? So play Zulaport, play Gravecrawler, sacrifice Gravecrawler. I play both Gravecrawlers, sacrifice, sacrifice. That's 2. That puts them to 6. This attack for 4. That puts them to 2, and then sacrifice itself is not enough. So if I play both Blood Artists here, I think that gives me the best chance. My opponent will draw, and they need to hit something that wins the game. And then having double blocks here is pretty likely to be enough. No play Blood Artist and Gravecrawlers. Why? I have a Gravecrawler here. If I play Blood Artist and 2 Gravecrawlers, my opponent attacks me and kills me. Because I have to attack here. So this right here, I can drain 2. That puts them to 6, drain another, puts them to 5, and it's only 4 here. So we just have to just do this and pass. You think I just missed lethal? There's not a way to get there. I don't think. Because if I play both Gravecrawlers and 1 Blood Artist, right? That's the 4 mana. And now we only get 1 trigger per. Sack, sack, that's 2 damage up top. This makes this 4. Sack is 5. This attacks for 5. I think it's still 1 off. Because then I wouldn't have the double here. Yeah, I think it's 7 either way. All right, they draw with their Soul Guide Lantern. That's no surprise here. Play Blood Artist and 2 Ghosts and 2 Grave Crawlers and sack them all. Well, maybe I did miss it. So sacking all would have been 3, and it would have made a Carrion Feeder a 5/5. Yeah. I suppose you guys got it, yeah. All right, we block here. Using a peat land. Teamer Battle Rage. Bummer. Yeah, we missed lethal. We'll get our practice in. Chad had it. All right. That might be important too. All right, we'll bring in a few Feed the Swarms here for removal. Again, I don't think Bad Moon makes sense because it's going to grow their creatures. All right, we'll try this. Yeah, because I wasn't thinking of sacking the last card there. I needed to sack the Blood Artist as well, and that gave me 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8. Because it's 1, 2, 3, and then, yeah, the 5 on the Carrion Feeder. It was there. It was there. We weren't adding the sacrifice of the Blood Artist. Don't let it get us down. We got to beat Gary here. The lines are tight for this list. A lot tighter than you would imagine. But when you're playing with the cards that are argue a bit cheaper, you gotta be smarter about your lines. Let's play first. All right. Well, I don't mind this hand. Let's go ahead and keep it. A little bit awkward with the mana. Just a little bit awkward. We'll see how awkward it becomes. We can play Carrion Feeder after this. We have the Feed the Swarm to remove a creature. I'm sure they have some removal spells as well. Bloodstained Mire. All right, opponent. Let's get some things going. Can't F6 because, well, just can't. It's not allowed. Seer is here. All right, now I can F6. Thoughtseize is here. We'll see what they want to take. Maybe he takes this Feed the Swarm. I don't know if that's the right call if they do take that, though. Might be worth it to take Undead Augur. We flood out just a little bit here, though. Luris could be beneficial. Grabbing some of these things back. Takes Undead Augur. Okay. All right, we hit Swamp here. We'll just align ourselves with a Cordial Vampire. I'm not going to attack. I think the board state could be a lot better for us before we end up getting in there. So let's just hold tight. Keep their life total a bit under check here. You brewed this style of list? Foreman's been working on this for a little while now. Wooded foothills, fetching. Blood crypt. Yeah, carrion feeders. Pretty crazy. Swift spear. We'll just let Swift spear hit us. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Maybe they're just sitting back. I want to say I found your stuff on YouTube. I've stopped by once before, but I really enjoy your content. Thank you, KM Draven. Thank you. Hey, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Prime Gaming. Welcome. You get these sweet emotes that you can use all over Twitch. Don't know how often you're here, but thank you. Woo! All right, little butcher here, little carrion feeder. I think we can... carrion feeder and then butcher here. Maybe I feed the swarm. I don't think so. Let's play butcher down and pass turn once again. One of us. One of us. One of us. Look at them emotes. Grayus is spamming. So we're not attacking our opponent because enabling Death Shadow is a little bit awkward for us. The less I can do to enable, the better. Nurturing that peatland. Opponent has their green mana. Makes me feel better about keeping Feed the Swarm. If they do nothing this turn, I may just put Lurrus into hand. Kind of like, why not? Wow, nothing. Nothing. All right, Lurrus, you're probably coming to hand. Yeah, let's just throw Lurrus into hand, do nothing again, pass turn. I have feed for Death Shadow. I do. I think it's better to just kind of wait here for a turn or two, because as soon as I find like a Blood Artist or something, the deck just kind of goes off. The other thing I have is Undead Augurs in the list. There's not really a reason to commit here. Now that I have a Gravecrawler, we can start doing the carrion feeder stuff. That might be worth it. Yeah, we can do that next turn, growing the team with the Gravecrawler as well. Let's see what they want to do here. Oh my gosh, it's Kozilek's return. Okay, so we're pretty okay here, right? I want to keep Carrion Feeder around here, so I'm going to sack the Butcher. This is going to grow some folks. The Butcher comes back, the Butcher would die, and then I just grow again. And I don't really lose a whole lot here. Cool. All right, we keep everything. Everything's a 3-3 now. Now we're looking pretty good. Anger the Gods versus Kozilek's return. Emotes. Oops. Oops. I think someone gave me a Last God thing, or I have one. Doesn't Last God have one of these oops things? Here, I've got this one. This one's like, you okay? All right. Yeah. So they're saying that they read this as a vampire had to die. It just is another creature. Yeah, derpy. Derpy derpy dog. That dog emote is just great. All right, I think we're clear for takeoff. Move the Swift Spear out of the way, hit for 9. Maybe more. Oh, Blood Artist is here. Hit for 12. Yeah, I guess it's a hit for 12 with a Feed the Swarm. Scoot this out of the way. Attack and see what happens. Because this now grows this as well. Because another creature died. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that part of it. I didn't realize the other side of it. Well, we'll attack. We'll do this. Question marks. Did I kill you? Doesn't matter. The other died. I'm hitting for... How much is this? 14. We have lethal. Oh, this is why you have to play a list so many times. No, you fatal pushed. You fatal pushed. All right, we're going all the way though. I'm still hitting for what, 11 here? Down to 2 they go. Now I have Blood Artist to clean this one up. Opponent plays a lot of Thought Seizes and stuff like that, so I think we're good. Fetching with Verdant Catacombs. Looks like we're going to be going to game 3. Should have been done, but hey, you know. We're learning. We're learning. You're learning. We're all learning. Foreman Red's just like, Fluffy can't play the list right. Why did I give it to him? Claims. Claims a Swift Spear here. That's an interesting card to see. And a Scourge. No attack, because big beef. Land, Blood Artist. Gravecrawler. Bad Moon's meant to be fun. There you go. Bad Moon is meant to be fun. You heard it here. All right. Yeah, but there's pressure on the line here. We have to beat Gary. Gary can't beat us. We can't let Gary win. This deck is pretty sweet. It's got some cool things going on. I've got this one of Bad Moon, and I feel like that needs to just go. I'm not taking Dono decks. Foreman just put it in as a deck review, and it called my name. It called my name. All right, my opponent's going to slam out 2 creatures. We're going to force a Despair them instead of Bad Mooning them. That's going to be it. All right, Gary. Yeah, there's an angry moon face in the moon. All right, let us declare it here. We have 2 lands, Gravecrawlers, and a Butcher. All right, opponent. We're gonna keep. Hand gets really strange if we find a sack outlet. One Carrion Feeder away from dominating my opponent. Swift Spear. Bobble. Gravecrawlers. Right, Graves? Yes, this is the same Gary we're 3-0 against. And we punted away the first game. We should have had the first game. We'll see what happens this game. Bobble Trigger. Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler. Good to have that Feed the Swarm. We'll see if it comes in handy. I'm going to crush the dreams? No. No. I don't think we're going to crush any dreams. Here I think it's going to be 2 grave crawlers. It could be blood artists though, but I think it's 2 grave crawlers here. Getting close to a gatekeeper makes this make more sense now. Oops. Grave crawler. Grave crawler. I'm going to go ahead and attack this turn as well. 3, 4, 5 puts it to 13. And I have to feed the swarm this time. I'm crawling in the graves, everyone. No blockers. We gotta be hasty. Oh, I'm so nervous though. If Gary wins, Gary's never gonna let us live it down. Gonna show up to Twitch chat. I beat you, Fluffy. It isn't a Fluffy Wolf deck if it doesn't have a Blood Moon in it. And then this one does Blood, Artist, and Bad Moon. Overgrown Tomb, they don't shock it in, so we're saving ourselves in some lights. Thoughts uses away my Feed the Swarm, probably. Bad Artist, Blood Moon. Oh boy. They're going to 13 here. 14 to 13 with a 2-3 here. I can attack for 6. This has to make them really worried too. And this one probably. Everything makes them worried. Takes the Undying creature. Interesting. Doesn't like that because it can block a few times. Is that why? Dr. T. Sanchez, what's up? Does not attack. Okay. We're doing this again. Undead Augur. All right, I think I feed the swarm here and then attack with the team. We have snowlands and vampires who don't wear shirts. It's frosty in here. Okay, they're able to kill one of these. They only take 4. Oh no! And then bolt the other one. Leave my zombies alone! I guess Undead Augur was a better one there. Idea here is if I top deck a land, we're in good shape. If not, I'm probably just replaying both Grave Crawlers. Scourge. Puts Luris to hand. Has a Bloodstained Mire. Luris is in hand. Village Rites. Luris can get Swift Spear or Bobble. Flooding the board's just smarter here. Play Augur, swing, sack, draw 3. There's no sack outlet. No third mana then? What's up, Maven? Opponent's got more mana than me, and it's a problem. Let's put one Gravecrawler into play. You know what I should yeah, no, I need to put the one Gravecrawler into play before I lose this Gravecrawler. Let's attack. Let's Village Rights our own Gravecrawler here to hit another land, and then replay the Gravecrawler. We're gonna hit a land. I feel it. Land right here. I need a land. Woohoo, land. Got there. All right, step 1 complete. Get to the 3rd land, get the Gravecrawlers into play. Got a Luris to beat. Bloodstained Mire going to 8. We did it. We did it. We're getting there. All right, next up is hopefully another land. If they play Luris down and then decide Bauble is what they want to do out of the yard instead of Swiftspear, we have the Gatekeeper. I believe they remember the Gatekeepers here, though. So they need to put 2 creatures into play. If they don't, then we're going to be miles ahead of them. So this is definitely a Luris and Swiftspear turn, in my opinion. Scourge. Okay, it's a 7/7. 2 creatures here, then. And a Death Shadow. Eeh. They have Luris and an unknown card. Do I Gatekeeper here to make them sacrifice, and then I have a chump blocker? All right, I think it's Gatekeeper here with Kicker. Make them get rid of one of these cards. It's a little awkward though, because they can get rid of the Shadow, and then they can Luris and then replay the Shadow. But I think I've just got to get rid of something on the board here. Maybe I'll top deck a Tragic Slip. If I attack here, I put them to 6. What does that do for me? Six, they block 1. Luris creature. Land undead Blood Artist, feed the swarm. I'm gonna need more removal. If I get a sack outlet and I have a Blood Artist in play, it's a reasonable amount of life. I'm gonna just go for it. Gary, remember the Gatekeeper? All right. Blocks here. This is where Force of Despair would have been a great draw, because they're going to play Luris and something else, and then I'd be able to get both of those cards. So they go to 6 here. No real reason not to block. If they're holding TBR, then that's the other card from the Luris. Just something I have to accept could be there. Gatekeeper prevents me from being killed that way. So cast a Swiftspear out of hand. Luris an unknown card. Well, I've got a block. This sucks because this could be 14. I blocked 2 of it, and this is the pump. So they top decked it. Yeah. Our missed line game number 1 here cost us. Missed line cost us. Oh, Gary beat us. No. All right, we're 0-3. Let's see if we can wrap it up with a 2-3 for the evening. Let's get double wins here. Oh, Gary did it, and we punted the game away. Well, you jinxed it. We had the lethal. We just didn't see it. We were doing all kinds of math there, and we just never found it. We should have. It's all good. It's all good. Gary will remind us of this forever. Now I gotta find him. I gotta find it on my own. You had a mine and a tower and a power plant? Gary. See, Gary came. Gary came to gloat. So Gary, we missed lethal in game 1. We didn't see it. We kept adding up to 7. There was a way to get to 8. We were so close. Math is hard. I bring a calculator at FNM. Oh, yeah. Yeah, every time I calculated that, I, for whatever reason, got to 7. I was like, I don't see 8. And I needed to sack the Blood Artist as well to the Carrion Feeder. And if I would have done that, things would be different, Gary. But good games. They've been some really good tight games. Oh yeah, lots of death triggers. That's the plan. Look at this hand. This is garbage. Let's keep. We're in the keep whatever at this point. Look, makes a perfect little frame. Here, we'll do it this way. Look at that. Pretty swamp, swamp, swamp. Little creatures in the middle. Now we're just drawing with our cards. Start with a seer pass turn. Opponent kept all 7. This is not a good sign for us. Not with this hand. Hallowed Fountain. Alright. Could beat Hallowed Fountain. Get a Zulaport Cutthroat down, attack for 1, pass the turn. I will not take paths, by the way. I will sack things instead of getting pathed. Pathed. We'll play Castle as our last thing in case my opponent has some fields. Oh, it's this deck. Alright. I have seen some of the spoilers. I kind of stay away from a lot of spoilers at times. This is what, a 1-1? Yeah, it's a 1-1. Alright. Undead Augur and Carrion Feeder here. Good luck, opponent. I'm gonna swing. Just gonna swing with the Vampire. If I trade here, I trade here. And we're trading. And we're trading. Trigger. This trade's completely fine with me because I've got Luris. Too many TBRs. We have little tiny creatures that don't defend very well. Polluted Delta. I still have a sack outlet, so this is good. Fetching. Basic Swamp. Snowy. Basic Swamp. Teferi. Are they gonna just bounce something? Alright. Bounces that. Cool. I'll replay that. Undead Augur. Swing. One at them, one at Teferi. Just pass turn here with Village Rights available to us. Go ahead, opponent. Go ahead. I don't care what you got. I've got the Aristocrats. Ow. You'll be back online Friday night. Are you just trying to find us? Gary's just trying to stream snipe us. Mox Amber here with the Irao Bobble. This is gonna flip this. I feel like I need to do a Village Rights now. I'm gonna go on the Undead Augur here to draw as much as possible. Hoping that they don't have a counter for Village Rights. I think this is important. You play after the kiddos go to bed? Makes sense. So they can return a creature, which is kind of frustrating. Because if I go in on Carrion Feeder, things get really weird. So this counters what? First spell? Alright. Bobble trigger here. Tragic Slip. Countered. Hooray! I got countered, everyone. Dang it. Alright, Gatekeeper and Cordial Vampire here to get around the problem card and swing with the team. We slipped our Cutthroat. He didn't slip. He's good on his feet. Good on his feet. Just like, yeah, I got that. Don't worry, Fluffy. Alright, go ahead, opponent. This does get a little weird here from this point out. A Gravecrawler would be fine. When it decides drawing with Aether Bomb instead of bouncing something is pretty okay. We won't forget about Lurrus. Lurrus is chilling over here. Lurrus gets countered though right now. Flippy enchantment. Opponent's drawing cards. They have a lot of like 0 and 1 artifacts. So we'll see how that plays out for them. Thought Scours. There's Emery. Repeals. Dex was saved. Exactly. Alright. Combat time, let's go. Swing with the team. Alright, so we get to play Seer next, and then Lurrus to then replay Seer or Undead Augur. Currently have a Cutthroat here, presenting 4 damage to my opponent. We just need them to not, like, crazy board wipe here, I guess. That card's fine. Mox Ambers. I think we've got a good shot here. I think I will have Lethal potentially on board next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeals their own Mox Amber here. That's nice. Yeah, let's yield to some of this stuff. I don't think I quite do because one of the things gets countered. As opposed to how many things they can block here. Which I think they're going to be able to block our whole board, so we're just going to have to sit back for a turn, probably. Yeah, because the entire board's blocked now. Depends what this top deck is. Oh, okay. That's game. Blood Artist and Lurrus here. And then we have all the sack outlets. We good now? 2, 4, 6. I don't think my opponent can gain life here. Cordial is probably the last one, or the last one you're supposed to do, but I'm going for the kill here. Let's yield to a few things here. I also don't have to worry about that trigger. We can yield to this trigger. Sacrifice Gatekeeper here. Stack some triggers. Sacrifice Lurrus here. Stack some triggers. Sacrifice Blood Artist. Stack some triggers. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Who cares about Monastery Mentor? Ha! Got played. Alright. Should I just meme on them with Force of Despair when they play Teferi? That would be bad. We did it! We've actually won quite a few. That's how it's done, exactly. Exactly. Alright, Foreman, I got a question for you, because one, I'm not going to change anything. 2, how do you feel about splashing green for Strangleroot Geist and for Collected Company instead of Vial? And then your sideboard could have things like Abrupt Decays or Veils. Or like Scavenging News or something. I don't know. This is the green splash for like Strangleroot, and then some collected companies. Maybe you change the Tragic Slips to Abrupt Decays in the main. That's it. Double green is scary, and the one thing that's benefiting us is we don't get Blood Moon, so it's like something to consider. It's something definitely to consider, the value of what that's going to be doing for you. I'm just going to submit. Who cares? Just mentor me? Ha! I've got zombies. Oh, Ratchet Bomb would have been an amazing card. Who even plays Ratchet Bomb anymore, though? That's just silly. Don't you just take 60 cards to your FNM? That's where we're at right now. We're at 60 cards to FNM. Let's go. Foreman, maybe I'm a little bit surprised that you don't have some Cavern of Souls, but I guess you were keeping this low budget, so if you do Vials, you could do something like a Cavern of Souls as well, so you can name zombies or vampires for the most part. Anyway, Bobble here and Flooded Strand. Badman is like 13 of the tickets. Wow. It's a greedy one. All right, Gravecrawler played here. Mishra's Bobble and Flooded Strand for our opponent. Fetching non-white here. Getting the Watery Grave for our opponent. We'll see what this evolves into. Godless Shrine. We're on the Esper colors already. Good for my opponent. Bad for us. We'll attempt to get a Zulaport Cutthroat down here first, and then attack with the Gravecrawler. Fatal Push is definitely online for them if they'd like to. No record. We're 0-3 right now, trying to sneak out a 2-3. We're in match number 4. Do need to finish up these two. There's a Fatal Push on Zulaport Cutthroat, drain and gain. 0-3 is a record. It is a record. Snow-covered Island, Teferi Bounce Gravecrawler. Mentor is here already. Uh-oh. Mentor with Mox Amber. Uh-oh. Yeah, we've gone 1-2 like every single time. That's something to at least be a little bit aware of. Badman. Swing for 3. Haha! I hope they don't have a prowessing spell here. They don't. We get in. Nice. Wow, Badman, pretty good card. Where's my Tragic Slip? This next turn is going to be awful. I feel it. Repealing their own Mox Amber. We're just going to F6 through this turn and watch the magic unfold. Game 3, definitely bring in Feed the Swarm. We're at the stage at our point here where we're just like, it's FNM. I brought 60 cards. I forgot my sideboard. It's in the other car that my friend drove me over with. Oh well. Opponent hits us for 9. We go down to 12. So. We'll try a Vampire and Undead Augur here instead of Bad Moon. The Aether Spell Bomb just feels real awkward though. Just bounces something here. Super easy for them to bounce and then just like blast us. Like, I'm going to attack for 3. My opponent's not going to block. They're going to bounce one of these and then they have basically 1, 2, 3, 4 things that just get through. They just get 4 things that get through, so they need 3 spells. MM isn't legendary? They just draw. They're insane. You're insane, opponent. You just bounce and end me. Look at all these prowess triggers. This is where my opponent has one of every monk token. They've got like 14 different monk tokens. And this is the moment at FNM that they're just like, let me do this. And then they get, you know, just different monks out. I don't know what monks they're going to get. Maybe they have all the firebender and the air nation, the water benders. Maybe they're just bender deck. Boom, monk, 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 monk. The list does not run damnation, no. Repeals this. Goodbye, Undead Augur. See, now they would have had two things if they bounced. They would have been perfect. Now, we're playing FNM style now. We're 0-4. I take 12. All right. I guess we're not 0-4. What if I bring the Force of Despairs in? My opponent's going to have... They're going to have Teferi. It's going to be bad. Oh, well. We found our sideboard. It was in the Lost and Found. It was frightening that it was over there, but we did find it eventually. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right, we made some slight adjustments there. Let's get Laris down. Let's get going. Keep. This hand looks fun. All right, opponent. Let's see. Let's see you win this time. Force did seem reasonable. I was scared of Teferi, but I had to remember that I had lost my sideboard, and now that we've found our sideboard, we're good to go. It's over by the vending machines, the break that I had between rounds. I got a soda. Guess I shouldn't F6 in case they have a path. This is practice and repetitions. I was hoping to get some value off of Gravecrawler and Carrion Feeder this coming turn, but no dice. Pass turn now. All right, Philosopher, take care. Have a good night. All right, Watery Grave. Opponent Thought Scours themselves, putting Bobble and Polluted Delta into the yard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign for them. That's not a good sign. We'll use the Undying Butcher here. We're going to attack for 4. After attacking for 4, we're going to sack Gravecrawler here and then bring it back. Getting all that value here. Bam. All right. 2, 4, and then this is 3. 2, 4, 7 damage. So we're looking at a 2-turn clock here, possibly. Little Mox Amber, a little Bobble. Little Emery. Milling some more things. Blue. Bounces their own Mox Amber to draw a card. Gets to replay. Gets their land. Uh-oh. Wow. Crazy stuff's happening here. Bobble. 6 to 10 inches of snow tomorrow? What snow? Bobble again. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Has some draws coming. All right, a few draws here. We're gonna play Cordial and do some things with Gravecrawler this coming turn. Just kidding. We're gonna double Cordial and pass turn. Well, we're gonna attack. Swing with the team. Rawr. Alright. The big question is, what will my opponent have next turn that can kill me and end the game? No white mana right now, which is good for us. At any moment, they can bounce these 1-drops. I think I would trade with Emery here. This is not a vampire, so they don't need to be worried about this. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not the plan, though. Plan is just a normal hit here and pass. No other actions. Down to 6 they go. All right, a lot of things win it off the top. I don't foresee my opponent killing me here. I don't foresee it. Let's find out. Let's find out together. All right, no white mana this turn. Blue. School of the Water's Edge. You get to untap a legendary. So they could play something from Yard here, which is Bobble, Spellskite, Bobble Bobble. Makes black mana. Unearth Luris. Okay. Not much I can do about that. Currently, I think we still win. Fatal Push is Carrion Feeder. All right. Well, it does change things a little bit here. All right. So Cordial Vampires grow here. That Fatal Push is really good. They can play 2 Bobbles here and draw twice. I'm essentially looking for Blood Artist, I think. I don't feel like I wanted to grow these again, although I could have with Gravecrawler, because I can replay the Gravecrawler due to the Butcher, but I'm not sure I want to do it that way. Yeah, Handsome's talking about some weird snow stuff, and I'm not really sure what they're talking about. They're crazy. They're crazy. All right, opponents. Plays Bobble. I have no sacrifice pieces here. I'm just going to go ahead and F6, let my opponent just take over the game here for a turn. Unearthing that Luris might save them, at least for a turn or two. Gonna be an afternoon evening storm. Snow and storm goes together. Cast a Bobble. This is using Emery. Plays new Emery. Getting new things into the yard. Cordials grow because of the sacrifice here, making them 5/5s. Not sure my opponent realized that. If I get like a Feed the Swarm off the top, I kill the Luris. If I get a Tragic Slip, I don't quite get it, unfortunately. Top of the library is a snow-covered swamp. Let's go combat. Swing with the team. We're presenting lethal in a few different ways here, so we should get a creature here. Repeal can only go to 0. Bobble trigger and see what's coming. Make better decisions. I'm putting Luris to hand here and then replaying Gravecrawler if they decide to block that. They block here. Block here. So 5, 6, 7, gain 3, go to 9, go down to 2. Blocks over here. takes 4 instead. Gaining 3, so they only take 1. Goes to 5. Loses both creatures. These grow. They a little bit beefy now. Luris back into hand here. Play the swamp, pass the turn. They're a little bit beefy. Couple 9/9s. Alright, the vampires are doing things. Opponent cantrips here with Fiery Islet. Fluffy is a grower and not a shower. What? Alright, opponent. Matchup's gone too long. You gotta stand. Stretch. Come here. Up it goes. Wow, wow. Polluted Delta for our opponent. What's that do for them? Fetching going down to 4. Lots of things are lethal. Unearths Luris. This doesn't save them. I get to play Luris and Carrion Feeder here. Carrion Feeder sacrificing whatever's blocked. And we win. We have lethal here. So Luris, play a Carrion Feeder. Attack with everything. And sacrifice whatever's blocked by Luris. Lethal on board. There we go. Things are coming together finally. Finally, they're coming together. And yes, we lose one of our big ones, but hey, we hit them for 4. They do not gain life. And there you have it. We won a match. We won a match. 1-3. Heading into our final match at FNM. Got our backpack slung over our back. Whew. Getting to table 37. It's near the back. But not in the far back. Plopping down our stuff. Shuffle. And presenting our zombie deck. We're ready. Just waiting for our opponent. They're checking what table they're at. They're probably just going to come over and be like, I concede I want some Whataburger. I'll see you later. Doesn't everyone miss FNM? What's funny is I didn't go to FNM for about 2 years, and then I was like, this year, I'm going to switch up my schedule. Could go to FNM's on Friday. I went to GP. And then what happened? March. Really, things happen before March, but for us, March. All right, we're against a car this time. Get to declare this Luris. Man, this is a bad hand. Let's keep. For science. I went on vacation the first week of March. I cubed the night before, and that's the last paper magic. Dang. All right, Seer, let's get it done. Went to a GP, met a cool streamer dude. Then March happened. Yeah, that's how it happened. That's how it happened, Grace. Exactamundo. Ooh, tragic slip. I can't believe I got to do that. Get slipped. Nice. It's not like a pillage or anything's gonna wreck us anyway. Met you at a GP, then March happened. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to everybody. It's a bummer. All right, Blood Artist here. Attack for 1. Let's go, go, go. Yeah. Don't worry about the FNMs. They'll be back. They will be back. I know they will. Just a little break. Just a little break. I guess we get to counter stomp. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Get countered. Hey. Scry. Bottom. Don't need that land. Got too much. Go ahead, opponent. Seasoned Pyromancer. OMG. Blood Moon, Blood Moon. happens. That's so silly. So silly. Blood Artist. Unearth. Blood Artist. Go ahead, opponent. Now I've got some interesting things I can do, like sacrifice creatures and make you feel the pain. They'll attack. I'm not going to do anything. My life total is high and dry. Utopia Sprawl on this land here. Cloythus, God of Destiny. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Go ahead and attack for our 1 here. Pass the turn. Not a whole lot for me to do here, although when I get to play Luris, I get to do some sacrificing and then replaying to avoid God of Destiny triggers and pain and suffering and everything. We'll do it. I lost so much MTGO recently, it's disheartening. Oof. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Renin 6 is here. This is a lot of damage my opponent can do. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess I'll take 11. Fluffy just wants to take 11. Yes, I'm going to take 11. Ha! Get owned. Sacrifice the Seer to itself to get a little bit of a scry. A couple triggers here. Couple triggers. Gain some life. 1, 2, 3. Play, play, play. Yeah, we can put this on top of the library. I can play it all. 1, 2, 3. Luris here. Play Seer. Play Undead Augur. 2, 4, 6. It's not enough. Just hang tight for a turn here. Just hang tight for 1 turn. We should be good from here. All right, we're down to 4. Scary times ahead. Scary times ahead, but I think we've got this one. It's gonna be okay, everyone. Gonna be okay. Shoots Blood Artist. We'll sacrifice this Blood Artist. Do some trigger things. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Gain, gain, gain. Scry, scry, scry. This means I win. I'm pretty sure that means I win. Oh no, Chandra. Go away. Go away. Trigger. I still put this on top because I think I've got enough here. I'm gonna do some really weird things here. Everybody ready? All right, so what can I block with? So 4's block, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I block here. Before all the damage, I sack to myself. That puts them to 10, puts me to 8. We're gonna keep this card on top. Go to 1. Foreman, you watching? Is Foreman ready for this? Take them to 8. And then... I'm ready, buddy. Cast, targeting all 3 cards. Paying all the mana. Bring them back. Now what? Sacrifice. Trigger, 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 trigger. Sure. Sacrifice. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Is this enough? Or have I screwed this up? I think I screwed it up. I think I'm 1 short. Did I do the math wrong again? This league? No! I'm 1 short. Oh my gosh. Thank you were supposed to block with the artist and sack it to swing for 3 this turn. Yeah. You're right. Ah. There's a lot of math. It's a lot of math happening. I feel so dumb. I think so. Too much math. Too much math. I was like, oh, I've got it. I was doubling everything up and I forgot about I'd have to drop one there at the end. It's okay though. It's okay. We carry on. Still entertaining. Watching Fluffy be like, look at this, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, and then just like slam my head into the desk. I failed. I failed, everyone. All right, we've got a good starter here though. This will be fun. We'll see what they start with here. Wooded Foothills here, Basic Forest into Utopia Sprawl. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and get an Undead Augur down. That way when things die, we draw cards. Looking for another land off the top so I can carry in and butcher. Let's do it. No anger, please. I have, that's true. That's true, Foreman. We gotta look at the positives here. Flame Slash, unbelievable. Sacrifice to itself, grows itself, draws a card. Village Rights would have been nice. Whoa, 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 opponent. Don't kill more things. Oh, they learned. They learned. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Well, we'll just reestablish our board here with different creatures. Good luck, opponent. Arbor Elf. I can kill that. We're going to. Cast with Kicker. Get out of here, Arbor Elf. We're just flying now because it's FNM Joy. Trigger. Always yield. Attack. Swinging in with that Blood Artist. Showing them who's boss. Good luck, opponent. All right, what's up next? Bone Crusher Giant? That's fine. Season Pyro. What do we got? Blood Moons, Bloodbraid, and Chandra. We do hit our next land. It's pretty good for them. All right, we're just putting things down, spamming cards. Hopefully everyone's paying attention. Basically, Lurrus to hand, Blood Butchered Ghoul to the battlefield. I think I can just pass the turn here. We're basically gonna try to make tons and tons of things here using Lurrus and the Blood Artist to finish this game out. We know they have Bone Crusher Giant. We don't know what else they have. Scary things. Bloodbraid Elf. Bone Crusher Giant. We'll see if they try to stomp. Would you like to stomp me? You should probably just cast that. Don't stomp, cast. If you stomp, you're gonna lose Bone Crusher. You do feel like you have a chance a lot of the time. What? Fine. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and sack this to itself. There's argument that I could sacrifice Butcher and do some weird things like that. I don't think I need to be doing that though. Opponent attacks for some damage here. We're just gonna let it all happen. Dang. Play a Zulaport Cutthroat. And a Lurrus here. Just like throw the Lurrus out there as a go ahead and kill this turn. Bolts it. Triggers. Pass turn. Now I have Village Rights and Blood Chiefs. I know I don't have the Lurrus anymore. I don't think it's gonna matter though. Opponent hits a Utopia Sprawl. 2, 4, 6, 8. Not quite what I want to do here. We'll just take the damage this turn. Block ones here. Get a little trigger. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Whoa, 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 calm down. Let's go ahead and cast with kicker to make them sacrifice something here. I think I've got lethal if they decide attacking me is a fun idea. Because I can just block in such a way that I lose pretty much my board here. I also have the village rights and the blood chiefs to mess with them. I don't think they want to attack anymore. They need to pick off a random blood artist or a Zulaport here. We've basically gummed up the board in such a way that I'm not sure it works out for them. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go for it. Just do it like this, and then village rights my own gatekeeper here, just for good measure. Triggers all the way around. And then all this happens at the same time, right? I didn't do that wrong, I hope. Whoa. Whoa. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just send it back. This is how we're ending the night. Send it back. Just rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Final match of the night. Can I do it with a 1-lander? You bet I can. Easy. Easiest 1-land keep ever. Here we go. No problem. Not a problem. Utopia Sprawl. Play our Seer down, pass the turn. Easiest 1-lander we've ever kept. Verdant Catacombs, my opponent has double red. If they want it, they don't. They decide Arbor Elf is where it's at. Top deck is a land, because we're a champion at Magic. Play an Undead Augur and pass the turn. Do I attack here? Nah. We're going to win with the Zulaport Cutthroat. Tranquil Thicket is a cycle. No red mana to use. They've got lots here. Arbor Elf is obviously going to give them plenty of mana to do whatever. The question is, will that be enough? Or can we get this 2/3? Just hard cast Bone Crusher Giant. Uh-oh, hold on. They're doing more. Seasoned Pyromancer and Bone Crusher Giant. Final card is a pitched card. It was a Stomping Grounds. Well, it's cast with kicker. Make them sacrifice. Seasoned Pyromancer or Bone Crusher. It's probably Seasoned Pyromancer. Seems fine. Pass the turn. Just going to try to keep the board in check here before I get the Zulaport Cutthroat down. This way, when I do have the Zulaport Cutthroat, I have a lot more that can be sacrificed to it. Renin 6 is pretty nice here. Sacrifice to ourselves. Getting at least a scry here. Okay. Do we like Butcher? The answer is no. So we don't like Butcher here because I'm probably just playing Gatekeeper. Oh, gonna kill something? We do. Interesting. So we have a Chandra here. I can't quite get through the Bone Crusher Giant. My opponent's essentially stabilized here. So I think Blood Chiefs is just going to have to kill the Renin 6 here. So kill the Renin 6, and then we'll just play a Zulaport Cutthroat and just pass. We got to hope the Chandra doesn't find too much that's going to hurt us here. Land does shock in, goes up for an Arbor Elf. I suppose they could just play that. And follows this with Seasoned Pyromancer, getting 2 brand new cards. This is really starting to look awkward for us. Actually, I'll go ahead and double block here. Bone Crusher is actually difficult for us to get rid of, so I'm happy to make that trade. Utopia Sprawl. All right. Wonder how I get around to this Chandra. Or I just find another Blood Chiefs. Alright, we're gonna make them sacrifice and hold up Village Rites. Seasoned Pyromancer is done. They can get plenty of tokens here with the 2 Seasoned Pyromancers. The fact that they're kind of flooding out, they might just try to do that. Chandra's going up. We have a Braid, so Braid kills Gatekeeper here. In response, Village Rites. Draw some cards. Alright, a little Carrion Feeder. Blood Artist. The Tragic Slip. Alright, we'll commit a Blood Artist here. If my opponent wants to use Chandra and down tick to kill a Blood Artist, that's fine. They know Lurrus is going to show up. That'll be their more interesting target. My opponent's able to use both Seasoned Pyromancers here, so we've got 4 tokens to deal with, plus 2 Arbor Elves, an unknown card, and the draw. I imagine Chandra will be going up here frequently. Finding a Bone Crusher Giant, so they can actually stomp and play, so that's super good for them. Blood Artist trigger here. We are kind of keeping this close in some weird fashion, though. Blood Braid Elf hitting a Renin 6 as well. My opponent's kind of taking over the game. Hits us for 7, 8, 9 damage. Possibly less. Cycles a Tranquil Thicket. Plays their Bone Crusher Giant out. We have 2 cards that we don't know about. My opponent can hit me for 7 or 8. If they hit me for 8, they're taking me to 14. All right. So we can play Lurrus here. We can play Vampire. A lot of this dies to a Renin 6. Foreman, what do you do with a Renin 6? You just hope you have creatures that are big enough, I guess. What's up, Stickball Russ? Closing out here with this final match. When is Tube Man coming back? Tube Man doesn't exist. He's gone. He didn't pay rent. I kicked him out. How are the results so far? We did better when I recorded this for YouTube. Not going so well tonight. Not really sure we can come back here. I know we can like try to be positive and stuff with this list, but I'm not seeing it. Let's play Carrion Feeder plus Cordial here, and that way I have Tragic Slip plus Village Rites. Gives me the most options here. Just ping and ping though. Draw some cards with the Village Rites here. Oh, we had another Tragic Slip. It's nifty. Stomps the Vampire. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 damage with Chandra, unless they play. You know what? I don't ever get to do this. Tragic Slip, the God of Destiny. I know we're losing, but I just got to kill God of Destiny. It's a small victory. Small victory for us. And they bolt us to finish us off. 1-4 with the list. Getting a little smash there in our final one. But if you look at the entire league, you'll notice here we go 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, then 2-1, and 1-2. We do punt one game away from W. Gary as well. So it could have been a 2-3 with the zombies, the Bad Moon, the vampires. Become the master of your own destiny. Yeah, we got rid of that God of Destiny. It was our destiny. List is sweet. This time we kind of ran into a few hiccups. I think if we can learn the list better, play just a bit more tighter on some of those lines, you can definitely get some things going. Keep in mind the Zulaport Cutthroat and Blood Artist is really pretty strong with all your carrion feeders, your carrion feeders and your Visitor Seers, so that you can sacrifice and build up those life gains and life losses for your opponent. Super cheap, super budget, as Foreman's saying, about 40, 45 tickets, somewhere in there. If you want to play some Magic online, could be the list for you. Bad Moon in Modern.